Greetings. My name is Tom Hunt, and I'm the Executive Administrator of 122 Ministries. And I created this video as a summary of our trip that we just recently took to Cuba. Started on Saturday, February 24th, and we arrived back home actually on Sunday, late Sunday evening on March 4th. And I know many of you were praying for this trip right from the very onset. I sent out a email just before we went away on some things that you could pray for. And I just want to report to say that this trip was an awesome trip. Our plan totally changed. As you know, our religious visas were denied. We found that out about a week and a half, 2 weeks before actually going. And the Cuba government can do that. They take their sweet old time to decide whether we get visas or not. And we were denied. They really didn't want people going into the MICE area, the area that we're actually working in. But 7 of us got on that airplane on that Saturday, February 24th, and headed down to Cuba with Plan B in mind. And even though we didn't get religious visas, the team was very optimistic of the things that God could accomplish in and through us. And so our plan was to actually now stay in a different location hotel-wise, and from there take day trips down into the MICE area in 4 different locations, to Puriales, to La Maquina, to Punta de Mice, and to Savannah, and actually to Pueblo Viejo. And all of those trips were successful. And just to let you know the things that we did accomplish, we visited several of the pastors that we support. Just before heading down, we were actually fully supporting 12 pastors. We had enough funding for 14. So we went down there full of anticipation of finding 2 others to come on staff with us. What an exciting time that was for not only for myself, for our team, to be visiting 2 different pastors who are actually called missionary pastors down there. They just don't have the qualifications it takes to be a pastor, but they volunteer their time. Both of these individuals were sacrificing their time to actually shepherd a church and walking far distances to get to that location, and doing it not only free. Basically, they would get fruits and vegetables from the congregation, but we were there to be able to let them know that we're taking them on to be part of our team, to complement our team of pastors now to 14, and to let them know that they're now getting a monthly salary. And you can imagine sitting in your living room as a young person, 30, 35, maybe with 2 children, and somebody coming in and saying, hey, we want to pay you your monthly salary. And it was a joy to see that, to encourage them, to spur them on to continued ministry in the places that they were already ministering. And so that took place. We visited 3 of our 4 water projects, where we not only encouraged the workers, we saw actually 3 water filters being installed in homes. The whole process of it being delivered, of it being filled with water, with gravel, 2 different sizes of gravel, and with sand, and seeing it work, and then hearing the water workers and the pastor came along 2 of the different locations we went to, and share the gospel message with the families that were receiving this water filter free because we have people who donate money. And it cost us $25 approximately to put that water filter in a home, and it will last them, records are showing, 30 to 50 years. Try getting that amount paid for your own water in your home. Not going to happen. So we saw those water filters being installed. We also encouraged and visited our project manager. His name is Ben Zoyle, a man who's been in place now since about May last year to oversee our water project that's taking place, to make sure that our pastors are getting their income, to oversee the house building projects that we started back after the hurricane of October 2016. Our team also visited a house that was started, almost finished, being built. That was our first house that is being built. And we then visited the site where we were going to actually work, if we got a religious visa, to build the house. Now, houses don't go up as fast as they do in Cuba as they do here. It's a lengthy process. Teams of people come, and locals come and help get them started. Then the person who owns the home, and in this case, is both houses were pastors. It takes some time to get that done. And so we were also able to see the house that was built and the house and the location where it's going to be built. We had a great time of visiting pastors in some of their homes and having a great meal. We took down with us some tools and diffuser plates that will be used for the water project, some electric drills, some bits, some hammers, and a couple sewing machines that a dear lady in our church passed away at the age of 99, and was able to take her sewing machines down there, and tons of thread and accessories. We took some toys down, some extra room. We took some clothes. But most of all, we went down to encourage the people and to see the water projects and to make sure that what they're doing is right. A couple corrections are going to need to be made. For example, they were afraid to spend an extra $3 on a bag of cement. And so when I found that out, you know, hurry up, just buy it tomorrow kind of thing. So we thank you for your continued support, not only prayerfully, but financially. We have a walkathon coming up, as you know, our yearly walkathon coming up in June. More announcements for that to follow. And if you want to keep watching this video, I'm going to post some pictures on the end here, an explanation of some of the pictures. If you don't, you can end it here, and I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time for praying for us and encouraging us as a ministry here at 122 Ministries. Two of our board members, Joe Groot and Georgia Latchkar, went along in this team. It was great for them to see the Micey area and to understand the things, the excitement, the frustration, and what we're doing down in Micey. So thanks a lot, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye now. Well, thanks for sticking around and watching some pictures. This is the map of Cuba. The far right is the Micey area where we traveled. This is our 7-member team that went. Most of us are from here in Strathroy. This is what the devastation looked like in the hurricane of 2016. This was a house that fell apart, and this is the house that was rebuilt on that location. A big difference, that last picture was taken last fall. These pictures here were actually taken when we were there back in this recent trip in February, and they are pretty sure and confident that this house will be finished being built actually in April. This room here, the kitchen, was finished already. This is the pastor who owns the house with his 2 boys who are very sick, have a genetic disease. This is the property of the house that we are currently building, that we were trying to get religious visas to do so. In hindsight, God knew better than we did, obviously. They really weren't prepared for us to come and start building, but a team did come from Havana to start building. The footings are already in, and they've already started doing blocks. This is just looking at the blueprints of what's going in. A nice size home for another pastor to enjoy. All the fundings actually are donated. This is a picture of a church that got hit by that hurricane, and this is what that church looks like now. They've been busy at work building that church as well, and this is what it looks like on the inside. Very nice sized church for the area. This way we traveled around in a 1954 rather, Land Rover. We took with us a lot of supplies of clothes, a couple sewing machines, diffuser plates, blankets, toys, medical supplies, and so forth. Filled up all of our suitcases full with stuff. It was like Christmas for them. These are diffuser plates that are used in the biosand water filter project. And just standing around chatting with our guys, our project manager, Ben Zoyle, mentioned earlier, and some pastors. This was that Land Rover I mentioned. And did I mention that we traveled about 35 to 40 hours in the back like this? And sometimes we walk just to get a break from one location to another. Biosand filters, this is a wonderful site. When I go down there and see this, that means they're going to be delivered soon into homes. This is Manuel, who actually is installing for an older couple. These are 2 other workers who build biosand water filters, carrying a filter into a home for an installation. And this is them actually installing the sand and the gravel and the water in the home so that they can have safe, clean drinking water for 35 to 50 years. Great time by all of us to see that being installed. We saw 3, or I think it was 4 of them. And this is a picture of one of the new missionary pastors that we took on. He's standing here with his wife and his 2 teenage children. And somebody here in Canada has now provided enough funds. It's $70 a month, and we make sure that he gets enough funds per month to live on. And it was great to bring him on our team. And this is a picture of a new lady missionary pastor that we just brought on as well. And same story, very, very poor situation, had no idea we were coming to let her know that she will now be receiving a monthly salary. One of our team members was smart enough to indicate that in the midst of all of the chaos and poverty, one can see God's beauty all the time, you know, amongst everything else. So thanks again for taking the time and watching this. And if you have any questions, or if you want to come on a trip with us, please be in contact with me. And thanks again for dropping by and watching the video. We do appreciate it. Thank you.